Do you have CenturyLink Fiber service? And do you want to use your own router with CenturyLink Fiber? If yes, then this video may be useful for you. So I am a longtime Comcast user, and I recently switched from Comcast to CenturyLink Fiber just because they had a very lucrative offer for me. They had a gigabyte service in my area, and I just couldn't pass the offer. So I switched to CenturyLink. But after switching, I realized that my powerful Asus RT-AC3100 router was not as useful with the CenturyLink service. So the problem is, let me show you the current architecture. So the problem is that CenturyLink has their own modem router combination that CenturyLink provides, and this is this particular device that is sitting in between. And even though CenturyLink calls this equipment as a modem, it is actually not a modem. It just acts as a router which does PPPoE authentication and 201 tagging on the virtual LAN. So in this video, we will see how can we eliminate the need of this particular modem, which CenturyLink calls as modem. It's not really a modem. How can we eliminate the need of this modem altogether? And how can we just have a direct connection from your router to a CenturyLink ONT? So first, to understand that, let's see why are we actually here. We are here because you also have CenturyLink Fiber to the home service. Maybe you have tried utilizing your own router with CenturyLink's modem router by taking a cable out of CenturyLink's modem router combination and putting it into the WAN port of your router. Now, when you do that, you run into the situation of double NAT. And what that means is that your router at the CenturyLink level, so the Technicolor router over here, the one that I got, so this router does its own local networking, and it assigns private LAN IP addresses. And one of these private LAN IP addresses is assigned to this particular router that you have, AC3100 in my case. So this router then in turn assigns private LAN IP addresses to the computers connected to it or devices connected to it. So there is a double NAT going on over here. One layer of NAT or one level of NAT at this level, and then second level of NAT at the equipment or the router provided by CenturyLink. So this is not a good network configuration, because if you want to use dynamic DNS at your router, then at your own hardware, so the Asus router, then you cannot do that, because you need to have a direct connection to internet for that. You cannot be in the double NAT situation for it. And then again, if you do not like paying the monthly rental fee for the CenturyLink modem router, that could be a good case. You can avoid paying the monthly rental fee or buying the modem router altogether from CenturyLink, which costs about $100 as of now. And then in this video, I'll also talk about high-level basics of VLAN and what is a 201 tag that CenturyLink uses. And one more option that some people tried was bridged mode. So when I went online to search for how to not have a double NAT situation, there was an article about how you can put your CenturyLink modem. Again, every time when I say modem, I just want to bang my head against the wall, because it is not really modem. So whenever I say modem, guys, it is just the CenturyLink's terminology that I'm following right now. They want to call it modem, so I'm gonna call it modem, but to understand, it's not a modem. So when you try to put your CenturyLink modem into the bridged mode, it doesn't work. And it doesn't work even though you have the PPOE username and password from CenturyLink, and you have tried to put that password in your router, and you have made the CenturyLink modem, you have put it into the bridged mode. It still doesn't work, and we will see why it doesn't work and how to overcome this issue. So the truth about the CenturyLink modem is that it is not a modem. So when a CenturyLink technician comes and he installs, he actually installs two pieces of hardware. One piece is the ONT, which is optical network terminal, and the second one is a CenturyLink modem, which in my case was Technicolor C2100T modem. And what CenturyLink refers to as a modem is really a router for the fiber customers. Now, this is actually a modem for DSL customers, but for fiber, it does not act as a modem. It is just a simple plain router. So now I think that CenturyLink has intentionally tried to make things hard for the customers, so that customers will use their hardware, and in turn they will pay them either a monthly fee or they will buy the hardware from them. I mean, this is just my perception. I could not see any other reason why they would not let me know about this every time when I called the technical support. They just do not want to tell me how I can use my own Asus router by bypassing their own hardware. So at a very high level, I want to give you the concept of virtual LAN. So before doing that, let's see what LAN is. So in a LAN configuration, assume that there is a switch over here where you can connect your individual computers to. And you see that there are 7 computers connected to the switch, and they all can communicate with each other in the regular LAN mode without the concept of virtual LAN. Now, if we put the modem, or if we put the concept of virtual LAN over here, then we would be adding 2 virtual LANs, let's say, in this configuration. So let's see what happens if we add 2 virtual LANs over here. So devices 1, 2, and 3 are in virtual LAN 1, whereas 4, 5, 6, and 7 are in virtual LAN 2. So what that means is there is a logical segregation that has been done now. So the devices 1, 2, and 3, when they broadcast, the broadcast messages can only be received by devices 1, 2, and 3 because they are in a segregated virtual LAN area. And devices 4, 5, 6, and 7, when they broadcast any message, those messages will stay in 4, 5, 6, and 7 devices over here. So these, now we have achieved an actual isolation of these 2 LANs without having a separate hardware. So using the same hardware, we are able to segregate these 2 sections of devices altogether. So this all happened from the 802.1q, which is the industry standard for virtual LANs. And the network traffic receives virtual LAN assignment through something called tagging. So in this standard, the concept of tagging came forward, where more specifically the header of the layer 2 frame, the header over here receives a specific tag or the virtual LAN ID, and this virtual LAN ID represents which virtual LAN the tagged traffic belongs to. So in general, most default routers or switches, they come pre-configured to use virtual LAN 1 as the default LAN. So the network devices and protocols, they communicate and work out of the box. So it appears to all the devices that they are on the same virtual LAN, and they do not need to be configured for separate VLANs. But in today's network layer 2 network devices, all of the today's layer 2 devices, they do support AO2 802.1q architecture for traffic tagging, where the host packets receive virtual LAN assignments. So because the host traffic in this configuration over here, VLAN 1 and VLAN 2 is tagged respectively with their own virtual LAN IDs. So they have a segregation done over here. They cannot communicate with each other because they have been tagged with their own virtual LAN IDs. So why are we even talking about this? The reason we are talking about this is because of this architecture. So what CenturyLink does is it tags all the traffic going from the CenturyLink's modem router over here to the CenturyLink ONT. It tags all the packets with 201 virtual LAN ID. And what this does is that any other packet going from a router or from any other device, if that packet goes to CenturyLink ONT without 201 tag, then due to segregation at the virtual layer, at the virtual LAN level, the packets won't be received basically in the right network. So all the packets need to be tagged with 201 tagging over here. So even though you can put the CenturyLink modem over here as the bridged mode, in the bridged mode, sorry, and you can do the PPPoE authentication at the router level. Just because the network traffic is not tagged at 201 VLAN ID, CenturyLink ONT will just plain not understand that. It will not know what you are trying to do. And that's the reason why the bridged mode does not work over here. So in our case, what we want to do is completely eliminate the need of the CenturyLink modem over here. So let me go to the next slide. And over here we see that we want to do both PPPoE authentication and 201 tagging. We want to do both of these things at the Asus router over here, or whichever router you have. And then we want to send the packets to CenturyLink ONT. So now in order for us to do that, let me show you what configuration settings would be needed. So you'll need to go to whatever the IP address of your router is. In my case, it is 192.168.1.1, or you can even type router.asus.com, and that takes you to your CenturyLink, to your own router page, administration page. And you need to log in over there with your admin credentials, obviously. And then you will need to go to advanced settings, click on LAN, and then click on IPTV over here. So in this LAN IPTV, you have to select the ISP profile as manual, and you have to put the internet as 201. So the VID over here has to be 201, and that is it. By doing this, you are able to achieve tagging the network traffic as 201. And the second step that needs to be done is PPPoE authentication. So for that, you will need to go to the WAN setting in the advanced settings, and in the internet connection option, you'll have to enable the connection type as PPPoE, and the PPP username you have to provide as your username @quest.net. That was the domain that I was having, and whatever your password is. Then you can scroll down. The second screenshot is just the bottom of this page. You can scroll down, hit apply, and after you have done this, all you'll need to do is to just take the cable out from the CenturyLink modem and just plug it into the WAN IP WAN port of your router, and that's it, you are done. Just reboot the router and your router will be connected to CenturyLink's ONT. It is a very simple thing to do. If you understand that just the PPPoE authentication is not what you need to do both PPPoE authentication and 201 tagging. As long as you understand this concept, then it seems so straightforward, um, that I mean, it is just so easy to do. That's it, guys. Please let me know if this worked out for you. If it did, leave a comment below, like the video, and any suggestions on this video are welcome. Thank you.